Let's get into some of your questions and see what you guys have to say and what you guys are curious to know about our Los Angeles Lakers and what this coronavirus, this NBA season suspension really means for our Lakers moving forward. So the first question we have is from @FranH2O. Do you think the season will come back? Are you afraid the players will get out of shape? I'm trying to remain positive and say that I do believe the season will come back. I know right now they're saying best case scenario, kind of middle June. That would be amazing. I would be really disappointed if it ended up getting canceled and we just kind of move forward to next season. However, at the end of the day, I'm trying to be a little realistic because that may very well be the case. Obviously, what we're going on right now in the world is very serious and who knows when it really is going to get better. But I am going to remain positive and say that yes, the NBA season will come back hopefully in mid-June. Now, in terms of the second part to your question, are you afraid the Lakers players will get out of shape? I mean, that everyone's just kind of in the same boat in the NBA because every player is just kind of having to do their best and work out as best they can at home. A lot of these guys do have pretty nice, home gyms and home setups. Although, we're seeing some guys like Quinn Cook who maybe doesn't have a gym at home, still trying to kind of keep healthy and get his cardio in. So hopefully not too out of shape, but at the end of the day, obviously, it is not an ideal situation if you're a professional athlete to not really being able to play basketball, not really being able to get your regular workouts in. But as I said, we are all in the same boat and pretty much every player is really in the same boat. So they may be a little out of shape, but I'm hoping that if it's only a couple months, it won't be too bad. Next question from @BigBabyJonathan. Do you think the Lakers season should be canceled with what's going on in the world? I really hope not. Like I said, I'm trying to remain positive. It would be really sad if it was just completely canceled because the Lakers, finally after 6-7 years and finally we're going to be making the playoffs. They have the #1 record in the Western Conference. Things were really looking up. It really did look like they were the team to beat and that they were going to be winning that championship. So I am praying and hoping that we are able to kind of resume the season at some point. But again, I just don't really know. At the end of the day, we do have to kind of think about what's the best case and what's the best situation for the entire world and not be, selfish, even though we all love watching our Lakers play and love basketball and sports in general right now. And the plethora of things and the bigger issue here right now is just the health and safety of everyone who lives on this world right now. So I am kind of trying to remain positive and say that yes, I do think that the Lakers season and the NBA season will come back. And hopefully it will. But I am curious, do you guys think that the NBA season should come back, or do you think that no, it should just stop right now and then just come back next season when everything calms down? Let me know down in the comments below because I would love to hear what your guys' opinion is on this. @CalibBaller for Life wants to know who the two. So I think he's referring to who are the two Laker players who tested positive for the coronavirus. I do not know. Right now it has been ruled out that it is not Jared Dudley, it is not JaVale McGee, and it is also not Quinn Cook. So it really could be any other player. I don't think it's LeBron James. He's been posting a ton. Don't really think it's Kyle Kuzma either. He's been posting a ton as well. But again, a big part of this disease and the scariest thing is that a lot of people have it and they don't know because they don't have any symptoms. So right now the Lakers haven't released any names and I'm not sure if they're ever going to, just out of the respect and the privacy of the two players who do have it. So I do not know. I don't think anyone really knows. Maybe in the future we will find out. Those two players will come forward, but as of right now I have no idea. Now before I move on and answer some more of your questions, I want to let you guys in on an awesome deal that we are having with one of our sponsors right now, Fanatics. Now even though we are unable to watch Laker basketball, doesn't mean we cannot represent our purple and gold, and we are having some awesome discounts right now. So if you would like this really cool Lakers LA Sunset shirt, right now we've got a great deal for that. It's only going for $17.49. If you want that, you can just go to chatsports.com/LA Sunset. But in general, all of our Lakers merch and all of our Lakers items are up to 50% off. So definitely make sure you check out the link we have here in order to make sure that you're able to rock all things purple and gold and still support our team. But let's move on and let's see what else you guys want to know. Some more questions. So this next one is from @Rody_Shaman_19. Can the Lakers sign AD? Yes, they can this summer when he's a free agent. I think that they will end up re-signing him, regardless of really what happens with this season, whether they end up canceling it or it ends up, continuing, hopefully, like we're all kind of keeping our fingers crossed for, because I think if it ends up being canceled, AD is going to feel like, you know what, I have some unfinished business here, and we are playing so well, we really could put ourselves in a great chance to win the championship, and I want to win a championship, so he will resign. In general, I just think he will resign because I think he's wanted to be a Laker. Obviously, this is where he's wanted to end up. He finally is here, so hopefully, and I feel pretty strongly that the Lakers will end up re-signing AD, so I'm not too concerned about that one at all. At Mickey2408 wants to know, if the season is canceled, do you think the Lakers should go find that third star to pair with AD? So if the season is end up, being canceled, or just regardless of what happens with the season, obviously, most of our guys right now were signed, or I guess last summer were signed at these two-year contracts, two-year contracts. So I'm not, necessarily sure if we're gonna have enough cap space to go out and sign a third star to be, come play with LeBron and AD. Our main focus point was kind of keeping our cap space open for the year 2021 when Giannis was a free agent, and kind of seeing what happened there and hopefully be able to sign Giannis. However, obviously, if the season is canceled, and just regardless, this summer during free agency, we will look to see them kind of pick up a few players that maybe they needed this season. We know that they needed another ball handler, especially coming off the bench, some more shooting, especially, another wing defender. So those are three positions that I think this off season we will see them kind of look to improve. But in terms of signing a third star, I'm not really sure if we have enough cap space to do so right now. I think that's going to be more of our concern in the summer of 2021. At 2K.Richard wants to know, do you think they should just start the playoffs when the season resumes? So initially, that's kind of what I wanted them to do, is just kind of pick up. If we did start in mid-June, then all right, we just started the playoffs. But that isn't really possible. A lot of players have come out and said that there's no way that could happen because they need at least about a month to get back into playoff shape, especially if they're not really able to stick to their regular workouts and really play basketball these next couple of months. So it's not really something that's realistic. Now, I do think that if the season does continue, I think there will be a change in schedule. I don't think it's going to go back to just having the regular schedule like how it was before and they just play those games. I think something will be done to kind of maybe shorten the season a little bit, or definitely kind of rearrange the schedule around. But I don't think it's necessarily possible to do that, to just kind of start the playoffs, especially because there were a lot of teams who would feel, you know what, we hadn't clinched a spot yet. We could have definitely had, the opportunity to get that A seed or kind of make their little playoff chase. So even though maybe that seems like an easier situation and something that makes sense, it really isn't kind of feasible and possible for the players to get into playoff shape. So it's not really something that is going to happen, not really possible. But if it were possible, do you think it would be the best thing to do? Do you think that the NBA should just start regular season, or do you think that they should just go straight to the playoffs? If you think that they should just go and continue on with the regular season, type 1, or if you think no, they should just go straight into the playoffs, type 2 down below. At GTC2478, would you like if next season was pushed back to start around Christmas? So right now, if the NBA season were to resume in kind of mid-June and then the playoffs kind of went until, late August, then what everyone's saying right now is that maybe the NBA season would start during Christmas. And I guess if that's what has to happen, I'm fine with it. Personally, for me, I like our regular schedule, but again, obviously crazy things are happening right now. It's going to kind of take a little bit of time to figure it out. So I don't really know, as long as we have, Laker basketball next year at some point, I would be fine with it. Right now, just kind of playing it, waiting by ear and seeing what happens. But if it has to start on Christmas Day, then I guess it's fine as long as we have some basketball to watch. At Luda_Wixie wants to know, do you think this lockdown has disrupted the Lakers' chance at a title? I don't know. I think maybe there's a possibility because they're going a couple, months without playing basketball, really being able to stick to their normal workouts. But again, every player is really in the same boat because this is something that every player is experiencing. So I don't know if it really gives the Lakers less of a chance to win the title. I think everyone just kind of is in the same boat and everyone's going to not be playing as much, practicing as much. So I don't necessarily think that it makes the Lakers, title chances any less. I think it's just obviously an unfortunate situation and it's not the best case scenario, but I don't think it really, hurts the Lakers any more than it hurts any other team. Okay, a couple more questions here. We have one from @Malachi_GRY8.01. Do you think the Lakers would have won the championship if the season didn't cancel? Because I do. And then another one that's very similar, so we'll just end with it as well, from @Billy_Hazel_eyes. Will the Lakers win the championship this season? So I'm going to remain positive. If the season does come back like I'm hoping and praying and expecting it to, then yes, I do think the Lakers will win the championship. Like I said, before this whole crazy coronavirus happened, they had the #1, Western Conference record, and they were only a game and a half behind Milwaukee. So they were about to have just the best record in the entire league. They were really on a winning streak. They were playing amazingly, had a ton of momentum. They truly did look like the team to beat. So if we come back and when this NBA season returns, I definitely think our Los Angeles Lakers can win that championship. But let me know, if the season does resume, do you think that the Lakers are still the favorites to win the NBA title? That is going to be it for today's questions. Thank you guys so much for asking me such awesome questions. As always, you guys, I know these are crazy times right now. We've got to do what we can to stay sane. No basketball, no gym, no restaurants. You know, life as we know it has essentially really kind of changed it a lot. But at the end of the day, we all need to stay positive, stay happy. And even though we maybe don't have the same luxuries that we are all used to and accustomed to having, we still do have so many blessings. So again, hope you guys really stay safe and healthy and as happy as can be, and of course positive during these trying times. And until the next video, Laker Hand is out. Bye guys.